It is the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The Black Stars have begun their preparation ahead of the double-header World Cup qualifiers against Chad and Madagascar. The first game will be against Chad here at Accra Sports Stadium on Friday, 21st at 7 p.m. And as part of the preparation ahead of that game, they have begun their training session today. They had their first training session here at the Accra Sports Stadium. And of course, the Black Stars have been in a very poor shape in recent times, and I'm sure majority of Ghanaians are not happy with the performance of their national team, and most of them have laid them squarely at the doorsteps of Coach Otuado because the optics are not great as far as the Black Stars are concerned. They've been very, very atrocious in recent times. They've not put up a very good performance. And you know what? The Black Stars have failed to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time in 20 years. And again, the Black Stars have first lost at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium for the first time in 24 years. And all this happened under the tutelage of Coach Otuado, which has obviously put him in the wrong book of majority of Ghanaians. And I believe this is the perfect time for Otuado to redeem himself as the coach of the Black Stars. It's a must, he must qualify this team for the World Cup. Majority of Ghanaians want to go to USA, Canada and Mexico next year, and the World Cup is big. And if there is any chance of this team qualifying for the FIFA World Cup, it must start from this game, which will start or will happen on Friday here at the Accra Sports Stadium. And like I mentioned, the first training session was quite successful. We've had a whole host of players present today, and of course a few others were also not present. I've seen the likes of Anton Semenyo and Jojo Warakot, a whole host of them, but we have not had the full complement of the team for the first training session. But I believe tomorrow, and most of the players will also return today, and by tomorrow we will have the full complement for the second session. Ghanaians are not entirely happy with the performance of the team. Most of them, if you ask them, they say they don't believe this team can qualify. Because what? Africa has 9 slots as far as the qualifiers are concerned. The Black Stars group has only one of the countries will qualify for the FIFA World Cup. And as it stands, the Black Stars are second on the table with Comoros first, but they are joined on 9 points with the Black Stars. And of course, this is going to be absolutely fascinating. And most of Ghanaians, a majority of Ghanaians, are looking at Otuado and how he's going to ensure that this team qualify for the FIFA World Cup. Because as the coach of the Black Stars, he has been very, very abysmal in terms of performance. If you look at the team, qualifying for the World Cup is going to be difficult because they failed to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations for the first time in 20 years. And they have played 6 matches during the AFCON qualifiers. They have not won a single one of them. And that's obviously it's not the Black Stars. And one thing too, the Black Stars have not won a football match in almost a year. So majority of Ghanaians are looking at this particular game against Chad on Friday. Probably the Black Stars should be able to win their first game in almost a year. And Chad, they've been absolutely atrocious. They are not a tough side because if you look at the numbers, they are there. Chad has not. I don't remember the last time Chad won a football match because in the group they are 0, last on the log. They have not picked a single point in this qualifier. So probably this should be a walk in the park for the Black Stars because look, they say we are Ghana. So the Black Stars, obviously one of the beacon of hope as far as African football is concerned, but they have been horrible in recent times. But Chad should be a walk in the park, I believe. But not to say that the Black Stars are miles ahead of Chad, because if you look at the two teams, the two have been awful in recent times. But history and pedigree probably should be able to guide the Black Stars to victory.